Hello and welcome back to the Pixel Street Podcast. This is episode 41, where each and every week we get together and talk about one of the things we love most, video games. As always, I am one of your hosts, Joel Campos, and I am joined by the man who has an eBay store full of the PlayStation 4 Pro 500 million units sold limited edition consoles, John Hansen. What's up, John?
Who told you that?
Dude, I know things. I heard that you actually have half of the 50,000 made, so...
Yeah, a little over half, actually. So, I am the ultimate, what's it called, flipper?
Yeah, exactly, because if you have most of the units, chances are you're going to be able to drive the price up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Eventually the other half's going to... Regardless of the fact, this week we're going to be talking about new free games for the month of September of 2018 with your various subscriptions. We got some Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay footage, which was shown at E3 behind closed doors. It looks good, but we'll get into that in a bit. And we're just going to talk about the Nintendo Indie Direct that was yesterday and some Riot Games depressing stuff. Let's get into the new releases. We're going to be going through the new releases from August 29th, 2018 until September 4th, 2018. Sorry, I lost my place here. Okay, first and foremost, we have Western 1849 Reloaded on the Nintendo Switch for the 29th. On the 30th, you have The Video Kid for the Switch. You have Freedom Planet for the Switch. Real Politics for the Switch. Politics is spelled with a K, and it's all one word. Haunted Dungeons Hayaki Castle for the PS4 and Nintendo Switch. And then August 31st, you have Divinity Original Sin 2 for PS4 and Xbox One, which I thought that was already on Xbox, but maybe I'm wrong.
I might be the first one you're thinking of.
Oh, okay. Notified for PC on the 31st. Claybook on the 31st. Naruto to Boruto. Shinobi Striker. Alright. That is the name of a game for PS4. Think of the Children with an exclamation point for the PS4. And then last but not least, on September 4, 2018, you have 428 Shibuya Scramble, Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age, Moonfall Ultimate for Switch.
Jesus, that's one title?
No. What?
Okay.
No. Moonfall Ultimate's a separate one, sorry.
Okay, alright.
Hey, I forgot to say the console names. I just realized that. That'd be ridiculous if it was. It's like a paragraph. Also on September 4th, you have Ninjin Clash of Carrots. If you had any guess what console that's on, you would probably say the Switch. Son of a Witch. Also on the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, a lot of games coming out. None of these really interest me, to be honest. Actually, I think I missed the games from... I don't know. I think I got these. Like Strange Brigade came out yesterday. Also today on Xbox Early Access is DayZ. I don't know if you have any interest in that.
Yeah, I remember years ago talking to a friend about playing it, and we were talking about giving it a try in about a week or so. I would imagine this one has a free trial. I mean, PUBG is the only game preview game that didn't have a free trial with it, so I want to at least give it a try. From everything I've heard, it still runs like crap on PC, so I doubt that it's going to run... it's not going to run well at all on Xbox, even on my X, I bet. So I'll give it a try, and maybe I'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, I definitely want to try out the free trial if there is one for this. I did try and play DayZ on PC like a year ago, I want to say. Maybe a little less than a year ago. And yeah, it did run like hot garbage still. Like there were still like hackers and stuff. But I was like, for the last 5 minutes of work... because I realized, like, oh, that comes out today. I was watching a stream on Mixer, and it looked like it ran fine. Like, it didn't look like there was any frame rate issues and stuff, but Then again, that's like real surface level what I saw. I didn't see him get too nitty gritty into it. Like, I didn't see him trying to loot stuff. I didn't see like an encounter with other players. So I don't know. And plus, like, how long is the trial for early access on Xbox? It's like an hour, right?
I think it's 2 hours.
Okay, I was gonna say because 1 hour in DayZ is not much time. Like, that's a game you really got to play a while for. Like, because like in order to find your friend in the game, it could take you an hour because the spawns are completely random.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole thing. But yeah, I played many hours of DayZ back in the day, so I'm excited to try it out. Hopefully it works. I think what's going to really draw me in is if I have a lot of friends actually playing the game. So yeah, let's see. I'm looking at Steam right now, and I have 48 hours on DayZ. So
yeah, that's quite a bit.
And I have like 20 hours on the Arma 2 DayZ mod. So yeah.
Yeah, I've never played it, but I'm always down for another zombie game. I'm one of the reasons why people are so worn out on zombie games, because I just keep wanting them.
Well, all the time I've played DayZ, it wasn't that much of a zombie game as it was of like I don't know, like the post-apocalyptic thing, like, you know, The Walking Dead, how there's always politics.
Yeah.
And there's always, yeah. So it was more of that than it was zombies. So I don't know if you'll be into it that much. Like, it's not like Left 4 Dead where there's zombies everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
It's like there's just like random zombies here and there. At least from what I remember. I don't know how much this game has changed, but yeah, I'm interested to try that out. Moving on, we have a new Xbox One backwards compatible game. John, what game is that?
Yesterday, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 hit backwards compatibility.
I saw Twitter blowing up because of this.
Yeah, that's one that people have been asking for a long time. Not too long ago, Modern Warfare 3 hit it, and I can't remember if the first Modern Warfare is on there or not. But yeah, people have been asking for it for a while. I mean, it's just another Call of Duty game. It's definitely the most popular franchise from last generation. So yeah. It kind of makes me wonder, like, what took so long for it to get here, even though Modern Warfare 2 is my least favorite of the Modern Warfare games. But hey, people are happy about it.
I think part of it, too, was because they came out with Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yeah, that definitely played a part in it. But
and I mean, I feel like if they released Modern Warfare 2 backwards compatible, they might have lost some sales on that. So that's why I don't think Modern Warfare is backwards compatible, because I feel like they want you to buy.
Yeah, knowing Activision, that's probably what they did.
That's more than likely the case. But yeah, moving on, let's get into some of the free games of the month. Me and John here will just rotate per console. So the games with gold on Xbox One, you have a few more days to go on there if you have Xbox Live Gold and get Forza Horizon 2. And that ends on the 31st of the month, so just a few more days, like I said. And then you have For Honor from August 16th through September 15th. And then they just announced today some new games for September coming. You can get Prison Architect from September 1st through 31st, and Live Lock from September 16th until October 15th. And Live Lock, do you know what that game is?
I've never heard of it. Okay,
I saw the cover art earlier today, and it literally looks like a Destiny ripoff.
Gotcha.
Like, no joke, there's 3 guys on the cover. They each look like they belong in Destiny, but I have no idea what it is. Moving on, gotcha. Xbox 360 games you can pick up for... I guess, yeah, all these games are backwards compatible now, right? All these.
Yeah. Every 360 game will be backwards compatible, they've said.
Yeah, so you can pick up Disney Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two, until the 31st. And then coming in September, you can pick up Lego Star Wars Episode 3 from the 1st through the 15th, and Sega Vintage Collection Monster World from September 16th until the 31st. So yeah, you got some games coming out, but it's not as strong as I think the PlayStation ones are the past few months. But
yeah, I actually tried Epic Mickey 2 last night, and that game is like an okay Wii game, which makes it a not great 360 game. It's yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it, and I love Disney and Mickey Mouse and all that, but yeah, I did not really enjoy it that much. But hey, it's a free game, why not?
Hey, free games are free games, right?
Yep. For PlayStation Plus on PS4, for the next couple days, there's Mafia 3 and Dead by Daylight, which we've talked about before.
Yes, we have.
And then next month, Destiny 2, which will definitely be kind of just, hey, get in here and play this, kind of just getting people to play the Forsaken DLC that's coming out.
Yeah, which the Destiny 2 free game is actually available right now, which I think, as far as I know, is the first time PS Plus free game has been available before the month, because usually it's the first Tuesday of the month that they switch that over, and I think it's because the PS Store used to take time to update or something like that. I can't remember what the reasoning was, because I remember reading an article at one point saying that Xbox has like free reign; they can just update it whenever they want.
Yeah, they
whereas
can.
PlayStation, their whole system's a little more obtuse, so they had to like have everything set far in advance. But yeah, that's actually available now, so go download it if you're interested. I'll probably download it just to have it, but I already play enough Destiny 2 on my Xbox.
I still haven't touched it in a really long time, so I don't know if I'll download it. But I mean, it's cool with the Forsaken DLC coming out. There's a lot of people excited about that, I know. I also think that this is free just because of the news from Destiny 2 has been a lot more negative, I would say, than Destiny 1. Like, if this were Destiny 1, I don't think this would ever happen. Like, this is just a year after release, and you would think that they would still be pushing people to buy it. The fact that this is free, that I don't know, it's interesting to me. Also in September, God of War 3 Remastered. So if you've played the new God of War that came out this year, you get a chance to go back to one of the older ones. I might actually look at that because I never played any of the original God of Wars. Knowledge is Power, PS Plus bonus, and Here They Lie, PS Plus bonus, VR required.
Yeah, so I think I think they've been doing that a lot lately. He's putting one free VR game every month, or maybe it's every other month. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
Yeah, I mean, free games are free games, like I said.
PS3. For the rest of August here, you got Bound by Flame and Serious Sam 3 BFE. And next month, Another World 20th Anniversary Edition and Cube Director's Cut. On Vita, for the rest of this month, is Draw Slasher and Space Hulk. In September, it is Foul Play and Sparkle 2. And Twitch Prime, we couldn't find any new free games coming out, so for the rest of August, it's the Wizardry Bundle, Jotun, Anti-Hero, SteamWorld Dig, and Death Squared.
A lot of free games if you have these three services like I do. I think it's worth noting that the month of September, all the free games of the month are all playable on PS4 via cross-buy, yeah. So, like, all those games, even though it's a Vita game technically, you could still play it on your PS4, which is really cool, I think. Because, I mean, if you think about it, the majority of the people with PS Plus probably have PS4s. And so, it just makes sense, I think.
And no one has Vitas anymore.
Hey, I have a Vita. It's somewhere. Somewhere?
Congratulations, you are one of 5 people.
It's somewhere. It's somewhere. Hey, I'm gonna sell this Vita for a lot of money someday. Probably not.
Yeah, like $20.
No, I'm gonna sell it for a lot of money with segue this PS4 limited edition I just got in the mail today. Did you have any interest in this at all?
Not really, but that's because my Slim I don't. Out of all my consoles, my Switch, my Xbox, my PC, I probably play my PS4 the least.
Yeah, same here. And like, I already have a PS4 Pro. I just picked it up because I was like, I had the money at the time. It's like, hey, I'm probably not even gonna open the thing. Like, I could probably hold on to this for a while and then sell it for quite a bit.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Or maybe I'll decide that like I don't know. Like if I know somebody who like is dying to get one enough, I can just sell it to them for what I paid.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I was online at the time that they went up, so I was like, oh, I'll get it. And then I actually ended up getting one. And apparently, like, they're really hard to get. And stock has been fluctuating, like, every day this week, it seems. People are claiming that, like, they, like, just randomly will go up for, like, 10 seconds at a time. And they'll be able to order one, and then they'll just be back down again. So I don't know. I'm glad I got one. No idea what I'm going to do with it. Part of me wants to open it just to look at it for a few minutes and then put it back, but I know the value of it goes down drastically once you do that.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's up to you. I don't know. That could be something that here soon the price goes up, like you said, with all the demand for it and the small quantity, because it was a limited edition. So I don't know. I would say hold on to it. Don't open it yet. Someone might be interested in it.
Yeah, I mean, they only made 50,000 of them, and they're already selling on eBay for like $8,000 to $1,200, or $800 to $1,200. Sorry, which is quite a bit of a markup for this, seeing as how I paid like $560 with taxes, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we will see. I will keep you posted. What have you been playing, John?
All right, so I think last week we talked about how Game Pass is an awesome thing and you should definitely try it. Well, I started playing Halo Wars 2 from Game Pass, and it is really enjoyable. My history with RTS, I mean, I don't have a huge history. I love playing Warcraft 3 on my PC, and the only other time I played an RTS was probably Command and Conquer, and I just thought that was okay. Halo Wars 2 is really fun, and I've really enjoyed it, especially for a console RTS. I heard people really loved the first one, and I played that a bit, and it was pretty cool too. But yeah, I've mostly been putting time in the Halo Wars 2, and like, yeah, it's really fun. If you have Game Pass, definitely download it and give it a try.
Yeah,
if you like RTSs.
I love Halo Wars. Like, I'm just a major like a Halo fan as a franchise in general. And when Halo Wars came out, I didn't know if I'd like it at all, but I was like, I'll try it out. And I bought it, and I just like fell in love with it. Me and all my friends used to play it, like my real life friends, which is surprising because they're not that big of nerds. Gotcha. Like we would play for hours and hours after school, and that game was just so much fun. And then when Halo Wars 2 came out, I had like nobody to play it with. Like I had a few friends who played it, but it was hard to organize. I don't know. It's hard to organize getting a time together to play. But I played through the campaign, and it wasn't anything special in my opinion. Like it just like they have Blur. What was it? The company Blur cutscenes every now and then, but it like when the game ended, like I remember sitting there. I was like, wait, did I just beat the game? Because it just like took me to the menu. I was like, wait, what? And yeah, I looked at the achievements and I beat the game. So I didn't think the story was all that great, but the gameplay in that game is awesome. Have you played online at all?
I tried one online game last night and it was pretty bad. So I'm rank 5. It put me with 2 teammates. One was rank 2 and the other one was rank 4. And we were playing against a team of 3 that was like 28, 43, and yeah, we just got absolutely destroyed. That was I would love to hop in with you and play, because I didn't play that game enough online. I wish I had played it a lot more. So yeah. If you get back on and I see you on, I'll send you an invite or something, because I definitely want to try it again. For sure. Yeah, I really enjoy it, but I'm terrible at them. I'm just saying that up right now, but yeah, I'm down to play. Yeah, that Game Pass, it's hit or miss, because like, yeah, you get to play a game you never got to try when it came out 2 years ago, but when you do finally play, everybody who's still playing the game is either brand new like you are, or they've been playing that game every day since it came out, and they're way better than you. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, in other Halo news, that the Halo Master Chief Collection, the update came out. Yeah. 78 gigs, 74 gigs, I can't remember. Yeah, big update. So, I downloaded it yesterday, so I'm excited to try that out tonight. Me and my coworker are going to play. I got to wait for it to hit Game Pass here in a couple of days, but I'll definitely be on it again once it comes out.
Yeah, I'll report back next week on what my thoughts are. I'm sure you'll have some thoughts on it too, because I had high hopes for that game when it first came out. Was it 2014, 2013? I can't remember. 2014.
Something like that, yeah.
And it just did not meet expectations for virtually anybody who bought the game. But it seems like they're going towards a different direction with this big update, which is very interesting to me that they did it. But then again, it makes kind of a lot of sense since there's no Halo game this year, and we're used to getting one by now.
Yeah, if you wanted multiplayer, it wasn't a great experience. But I was more looking to run through all the campaigns, and on that front, it was just fine. I really enjoyed it because at that time I'd never played Halo 2, and I don't think I ever finished Halo 1. So it was a great experience to just run through all 4 of them right in a row.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to play through the campaigns again, especially with the X enhancements. I'll make sure I'm playing that on my Jumbotron in the living room 4K. Moving on, I've been playing more World of Warcraft. I still haven't hit max level yet, I took a break for probably close to a week from it, just because I was like, man, I'm playing this way too much. I need to take a break, and I got up to like level 117, I think, on my Alliance character. And then when I got back on yesterday, my friends were like, oh yeah, we all decided to go Horde, so now you have to start a new guy. So I was like, oh, awesome. And I wasn't about to pay the $60 to level boost my guy to a level 110, so that I only have to level up to 120, but I had a boost from a previous expansion that I never used for level 100. So now I have to grind 20 levels to get caught up to speed, but yeah, I mean, Warcraft is Warcraft. It's not going anywhere. Probably still, I can't imagine how much money they've made off that game. It blows my mind sometimes that, like, how many subscribers there are. But yeah, World of Warcraft is World of Warcraft. If you like it, you know what it is. If you don't like it, you think I'm a giant fucking nerd. What else have you been playing, John?
So I've been playing a little bit of my SNES Classic, mostly A Link to the Past and Donkey Kong Country, just going back to some old games. I never actually finished A Link to the Past myself, so this is a good time for me to do that, me being the huge Zelda nerd that I am. I'm trying to think if I want to say there was another one. Kirby Superstar Deluxe. I tried for a little bit. That one was just fine. But yeah, I mean, it's the SNES Classic. It's some of the greatest games ever made, and it's just a lot of fun to play them.
Yeah, I've bought an SNES Classic. Sorry, I still have not played it. I haven't even plugged it in yet. It's still in the box.
That's actually why I got 2. Because I bought my first one and I was like, I really want to play this, but I also want to just keep it in the box. So I went out and bought another one. So I have one in the box and one hooked up to my TV.
I mean, I fully intend to open it at some point just because, like, I thought they were going to be rarer than they are. Like, granted, they were still really hard to find the SNES Classic, but they did make more, and they're still coming out with more. Same with the NES Classics. So, I mean, since they're not as rare as I thought they would be, I'll probably just open this one and use it, and then whenever I'm done, put it back in the box. It's definitely not going to be like a staple in my TV console. But yeah, SNES Classics are cool, man. All these mini consoles, I pray that we get an N64 Classic.
Oh my god, yes. I will buy it right away. And that one I would definitely keep in the box just because I already have an N64 hooked up to my console.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Still, that would be really awesome.
I would probably buy 2 of those and just keep one in the box. But yeah, that would be awesome. They have this conversation has been had at Nintendo. Has to have been had.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something that you need to keep your eye out for the next couple months because we're getting close to that time where they might announce something like that.
True, very, very true. Moving on, I've also been playing some Overwatch. As I told you last week, I'm still bad at the game. Especially like if you take a long break from Overwatch, it changes so much that you have no idea what you're doing. And yeah, I've just been playing a few matches like every other day. I really want to get into competitive more, But then again, with the new Master Chief Collection update, I might get into competitive Halo again because I love me some Halo. I'll do another one since I have one more on my list. I've been playing more Fortnite. I actually last Friday, I grinded like so many challenges because I was so far behind on my challenges. I think right now I only have 3 challenges left to do to be all caught up until tomorrow's update.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was streaming that until like 4 in the morning. I was playing from like 10:30 until 4 in the morning because I took a nap after work. I had a golf outing and passed out. But yeah, Fortnite is Fortnite. They keep changing it like nonstop. And like right now, the big thing is there's this giant purple cube in the map, and you know it's got to mean something because they would have said like, oh, that's not supposed to be there if it's not supposed to be there. And it keeps moving, so like it'll be in different areas of the map. So I don't know what they're alluding to, but I'm really excited because the way that they change it, the game is like, we're gonna look at Fortnite as like an iconic game in the future. I think in terms of like developer support, because like every day that game has something new that people are talking about online, and it's just so interesting. I wish more games did stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really cool what they've done with that. This is coming from a guy that doesn't really care about Battle Royale games.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is I have a friend of mine who, he's an older guy. He's probably close to 50 now. I play Xbox with him a lot, and last night we were just talking about Fortnite, and he's like, yeah, like I don't care. Like I played a little bit of Fortnite when it first came out, and I don't care for all the Battle Royale stuff or that game in general. It's too cartoony for me. But I do like super appreciate all of the changes and the hands-on aspect that they're having with everything. And like he's like, I wish more games did it, which is very true because like I don't know, imagine any of your favorite games having that much development support, not just like Halo Master Chief Collection comes out, they say they're trying to fix it and don't do anything for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Fortnite is ever changing.
Yeah, it's huge. It's definitely transcended video game culture, kind of like Minecraft did years ago. So it will probably, I mean, at some point it's gonna stop being talked about every single day like Minecraft, but it will always have millions and millions of people playing it, I think.
Well, yeah, that's actually like part of the conversation as well, is because I feel like without Minecraft, you don't have Fortnite as we know it today.
Mm-hmm.
Because Minecraft introduced that whole like create whatever you want aspect in games, and Fortnite kind of builds off that, pun intended.
Yeah, no, I mean, I always think it's interesting how Fortnite pretty much was really inspired by Minecraft. Like it had that storm mode where you're just supposed to build a base and everything, and it took them 7 years to just make that, and then like a year after they release it, they abandon it for Battle Royale. So I don't know, I just always think that's kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, and Minecraft is a conversation in its own. Like, what would Fortnite look like without Minecraft? There might not even be a Fortnite for all we know. Yeah, for sure. And that's just like what I was saying. Minecraft isn't talked about every day anymore. In fact, it's hardly ever talked about. But there are still millions of people playing it all the time. Yeah, I completely agree. Moving on, what else have you been playing?
My last game is Uncharted Drake's Fortune. This is in the Nathan Drake collection on PS4. This is my first time ever playing any of the series, so I'm just going to run through the first 3. And I enjoy it so far. I really am a fan of the Tomb Raider reboots, and I always hear people compare these games. A little bit. There's quite a bit of a similarity, which is cool. I mean, it works in both cases, so yeah, I'm excited to play some more. I don't really have too much to say because I think I'm still near the beginning of the game. I've only played for 2-3 hours, I'd say.
Okay, I think those games are typically like 9 to 10 hours long, so they're not that long. But yeah, I could definitely like the correlation between Tomb Raider and Uncharted. Like they're so similar. Like I think that like story wise, obviously the stories are much different. But if you like, if they said, "Hey, we're rebooting Tomb Raider," and then they just took Uncharted and put Lara Croft in it, I could easily just see that being a Tomb Raider game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Uncharted collection, it's such a good deal. How much did you pay for it? Because you just bought it, right?
I actually bought it a while ago from the store I used to work at, and used the disc copy there was going for like $12.
Yeah, I was gonna say normally it's on sale on PSN for like $9.99, like a few times a year. But yeah, it's a great deal for $10, $10 to $20, I'd say. Yeah, that trilogy's good. The last game I've been playing is I played a lot of MLB 18 The Show the past week, mainly because I had a fantasy draft the other night for football, and it was just an easy game to play and be able to pause and stuff. So I was playing some of the Conquest mode, which is kind of like you build your own team like you would in like Madden Ultimate Team or FIFA Ultimate Team, I guess, is probably the more well-known one. And you could play with that team online, or you could play, they have a single-player mode with that team to unlock more, they call them stubs, to unlock more packs and more player cards as well. So I was playing a lot of that and a lot of the career mode called Road to the Show, which is where you just make your guy and then you work your way through the minors and stuff like that. So yeah, MLB is a lot of fun, man. I love that game. I love picking it up every year. I just wish that the White Sox were better. So if the White Sox were much better, I guarantee you I'd be playing that game a lot more than I have been. Because I've gone to like maybe 8 White Sox games this season, and I still haven't even been playing MLB The Show that much. They're just so bad. Like going to a Sox game costs like less than $10.
Yeah, I used to play the show games on my PS2 back in the day. And I've really enjoyed them. I would like to get back into them. It's just I'm always spending money on other games, so I don't really see the need to spend too much money on a new MLB game. But I love baseball. It's my favorite sport. I'm a huge Cardinals fan, and they are playing hot right now. So I really want to get into it.
Yeah, yeah, they're fun. I definitely used to play in the PS2 days. Actually, yeah, I think PS1 and PS2 days we used to buy them. But then we got way too into MVP baseball, and those are some of my favorite baseball games ever, I think. But yeah, moving on, let's get into some of the news. Are you taking the first one, or am I?
You can.
Okay. So this article comes from Game Informer. The title reads, "Take a look at everything from today's," and by today we mean yesterday's, August 18th, 2018, Nintendo Indie Direct. This is written by Imran Khan, I think it said. That's how you say it. At today's Nintendo Indies Direct, or Nindies as Nintendo is fond of calling it, there were a number of big and small indie games with new footage or release dates. Here's a quick roundup of the games here. Hyper Light Drifter is now coming out September 6th. Towerfall, September 27th. They showed a video of Treasure Stack, which is slated to come out in the winter. Zarvo, I don't know, coming out in October. Mineco's Night Market, coming out in 2019. Samurai Gun 2, coming early 2019. Bullet Age in November. The World Next Door for early 2019. That looks like a Japanese-ass game. Levelhead coming in November. King of the Hat in early 2019. Untitled Goose Game. I hope that's the actual name of it.
It is.
Coming out early 2019.
It's a game about being a goose and being a prick to people.
I was going to say, it looks like this goose is an asshole in this picture. It looks like he's trying to bite some chick's ass, and some dude's chasing him with a long broomstick.
Yeah, geese are the worst things to ever exist.
I don't know, man. Pigeons are pretty bad. Moving on. Desert Child coming in December. Wasteland 2, September 13th. That's going to be a big one. Bastion, September 13th as well. That is another big game, because I played some of that on the Vita. The Messenger coming August 30th. That game looks cool. That artwork looks pretty dope. Undertale, which is another big one, coming September 18th. Jackbox Party Pack 5 coming in October. Transistor coming in November 2018. I've heard that name a lot, but I have no idea what it's about. Dragon Marked for Death coming December 13th. Light Fingers, coming September 20th. Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP coming October 2018. And Into the Breach, which they stealth released and is out right now. You excited for any of these?
Undertale. I've always heard great things about it, and I definitely want to give it a try on my Switch. That seems like a perfect game for the Switch to just kind of sit back at night and play while I'm watching YouTube trying to fall asleep, which has been Rocket League very largely lately. So yeah, definitely looking forward to Undertale.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that, and people blew up on Twitter yesterday about Into the Breach, and I don't know if it's because that game's so good or if it's just because it was out now, but watching the Nindies video they had of Into the Breach, like, that game just does not look good. It doesn't look like something I'd be interested at all. So I don't know. If you're into that sort of thing, it's there for you.
Yeah.
All right, moving
on. Next up, Riot Games responds to toxic workplace allegations and reports. This is by Cass Marshall on Polygon. Over the last decade, League of Legends has grown from a humble indie into one of the biggest online games and esports titles in the world. In recent weeks, the human cost of that success has come into question. On August 7th, 2018, Kotaku published an in-depth report entitled Inside the Culture of Sexism at Riot Games. The piece was followed by a number of allegations from individual employees. Now, just over 3 weeks later, Riot has responded to the allegations with a statement titled Our First Steps Forward, acknowledging its responsibility and pledging change. So I'm just going to read a little excerpt here from their post. For the past 3 weeks, we've been focused on listening and learning. As a company, we're used to patching problems ASAP, but this patch will not happen overnight. We will weave this change into our cultural DNA and leave no room for sexism or misogyny. Inclusivity, diversity, respect, and equality are all non-negotiable. To rioters, contractors, former rioters, and past contractors, we're sorry. We're sorry that Riot hasn't always been, or wasn't, the place we promised you. And we're sorry it took so long for us to hear you. In the days, weeks, months, years to come, we're going to make Riot a place we can all be proud of. To players and fans, past and present, we're humbled by the time you spent with us. We know that the studio behind a game can be an important part of how you feel about that game. We know we've let you down, and we're committed to fixing that. So, yeah, if you haven't heard, former Riot employees were coming out saying, hey, this place is, like, really sexist, and it's not cool here. Like, they were more focused on being funny than being professional and just being a professional huge company like they are. So it's definitely good to see them at least like acknowledge it and that they're going to be working on fixing it. Now, if that actually happens is yet to be seen, but we'll definitely look at that going forward, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it sucks for the people that like were affected by, like, I don't know, people who did get harassed or whatever. But like, how much did it take before they're like, all right, we need to do something about it? Like, how many complaints does that take?
Oh, it's definitely once it gets out into the public from that Kotaku article. That was definitely when this all started, because from what I've seen, this has been going on for a really long time. Like down here, there was like there's a recruiting joke made during the Q&A section and subsequently repeated in a presentation. No doesn't necessarily mean no. And yeah, it's just stuff like that, just over years and years of this company.
And the thing that sucks is like there are probably so many people who like quit working there because of this stuff. And like Riot Games probably just offered them like severance in order to like not talk to like the press.
Yeah.
About stuff like this. And like it's just, I'm glad that somebody finally is like, yeah, fuck this. I'm going to somebody about it. And word got out, and now seems like they're finally making changes, but who knows? You know, this is something that takes a long time to fix, and figure out who exactly is causing the issues and get either like you have to, like imagine if it's like a big name at the company, like how do you deal with that?
Yeah, actually, that was one thing since the first article came out. It's just like with the whole Hollywood scandals that one person speaks up and then it gives everyone else a voice to talk about it and talk about their experiences. There have been multiple articles coming out now, and one article was saying that this does come from the top. Like, the head of the company is where this all starts at. So it's like, that's
so shitty.
Yeah. But we'll look at that going forward, see if we hear anything, and if we do, we'll talk about it, I guess. Moving on.
So we have an article from Kotaku written by Jita Jackson. The title reads, Popular Pokemon fan game creation tool disappears after Nintendo cracks down. Pokemon Essentials, a robust resource for making Pokemon fan games, has been removed from the internet following a takedown notice from Nintendo. Losing this resource is a harsh setback for would-be makers of Pokemon fan games. Essentials takes the form of a file that works with the PC Build Your Own RPG game RPG Maker XP. But rather than being a full game of its own, it's an asset pack filled with Pokemon-related sprites, music, and more, the raw materials that you'd need to start making your own game. An accompanying wiki, which was hosted on Fandom, was also taken down. Last year, Voluntary Twitch, the creative director behind the popular fan game Pokemon Uranium, told Kotaku that without Pokemon Essentials, it would have been impossible to make Uranium or any other fan game. It's kind of depressing because people I know loved like Uranium before it got taken down. But then again, like you have to expect this if you have made or were planning on making a Pokemon fan game.
Yeah, no, this is something I recently talked about on my YouTube channel. Just where do we say that a fan game is okay and where is it overstepping its boundaries? Because at the end of the day, this is Nintendo's product and they have every right to do what they want with it. But there is also that side of it where it's like people are making some really cool things, and of course there are the people that will just like try and benefit from Nintendo's success, but there are people that are genuinely just trying to make a cool thing, be like, hey, we love this franchise, look at what we made with this. So it's definitely a hard situation. I actually tend to kind of agree with Nintendo on this point because, like I said, at the end of the day, it is their stuff and they have final say in it.
Yeah, true. But then also I'm curious, where does the decision come from that decides which games can stay? Because like I know there's Poke MMO, which is out, which is like an MMO Pokemon game where, you know, it has like 4 of the regions, and I just don't know how that works. You know, like is that like did they tell them to shut it down and like it's just like some foreign stuff that they're just not complying with them?
Well, if they do that, they would definitely sue them.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is like Pirate Bay gets shut down like every month probably. You know what I mean? Like all the torrent websites.
Mm-hmm.
But they somehow still stay up and running. So, I mean, there's ways around it. It just depends on who you're dealing with, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't imagine like working so hard on something and then just being told like, if you do not take this down, we're going to sue you for everything you have.
Yeah. But at some point you got to be like, well, then just make your own thing. Like, don't steal the assets.
Yeah, exactly.
Make your own. You obviously have great ideas. Just make them yourself.
Yeah,
all right,
true.
So last up on the news here, we got why CD Projekt Red didn't show Cyberpunk 2077's gameplay demo sooner. This is by Chris Pereira on GameSpot. And before we get into this, did you watch the stream at all?
I did watch parts of it. I didn't catch the entire thing. I mean, it was kind of long and I was at work, so I was just kind of watching during lunch while I was still working. But yeah, I saw a lot of it. The game looks beautiful, but yeah, we'll get into that in a bit.
All right. After nearly 3 months of waiting, fans eager to get a look at Cyberpunk 2077 can finally do so. CD Projekt Red, the acclaimed developer of the Witcher series, has released the gameplay demo that was first shown behind closed doors at E3, and then again at Gamescom. It consists of a 48-minute look at the first-person RPG and was the case in its private showings. It remains extremely impressive, but given the great deal of acclaim it's received, just why did CD Projekt Red wait so long to share the video? That very subject is addressed by Adam Badowski, the game director and CD Projekt Red studio head. In a press release accompanying the release of the trailer, "What we're releasing today was recorded from a game deep in development," he explained. "Since many of the assets and mechanics in the current version of Cyberpunk 2077 are most likely to be modified, we initially decided to show the gameplay only to media. Elements like gunplay, both in terms of visuals and how RPG stats influence it, net running, car physics, or the game's UI, everything's pretty much still in the playtest phase, and we felt uneasy about publicly committing to any particular design. Animation glitches, work-in-progress character facial expressions, early versions of locations, all this made us hesitant to release what you're about to see." So pretty much they're just saying, hey, people have been wanting to see this, here it is, keep in mind, any of this is subject to change at any time. This is not the final product. So it's just awesome to see CD Projekt Red being so open about this. Like, hey, yeah, fine, you can look at this, but no promises that this is what you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool. But also, like, I think that they heard the feedback from people being like, you know, because all the press, they were all talking about it, but they weren't allowed to, like, say specifically what they saw. You know, like, that's something that's hard to translate into words. And, like, so many fans were like, well, like, that sucks that nobody can see it, you know what I mean? Unless you're press at like one of these big time events. So yeah, it's pretty awesome that they finally came out and released the video. I think we all thought that was going to happen eventually, but I'm glad that they came out with it. The game, it looks amazing. Like I was like, granted, it's probably like on the highest end gaming PC you can buy right now, but it looks so nice. Like graphically, it looks awesome. The thing that I thought was weird is like there was like a lot of like unnecessary swearing in it from what I remember. And I don't know. I'm like, I swear too, but like it was like super excessive. It was like every sentence they were swearing, it seemed.
One thing that I've been hearing from people is that the voice acting isn't the greatest in it.
Yeah, I've heard that too, but I wasn't paying attention enough to notice that. So maybe if I go back and watch the whole thing. Did you see the whole thing?
I did not.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to, but then again, I kind of don't want to waste my time.
Yeah,
because
same.
like they said, everything could potentially change, and that is a long video to watch. It's like watching half of a movie. But yeah, it looks great. I'm excited for it. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else we can say other than go watch it if you haven't, or watch part of it, skim through it maybe. It made me want to play Witcher 3 just to check it out, because I've never played it.
Yeah, I've never played Witcher 3 either, but I always hear how great of a game it is.
Yeah, same. All right, and that wraps up the news for this week. We're going to move on to the topic of the show, which, in relation to the see-through blue limited edition PS4 Pro that just came out, that is sitting on my kitchen table behind me, we're decided to talk about what our favorite collectors / limited edition consoles are. I mean, it could be a controller. We could talk about the worst ones. What are some that stick out in your mind, John?
Well, for the worst ones, the one that definitely comes to my mind right away is
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty World War II
yep.
PS4.
That was what I was thinking.
It's so bad. It's so ugly. Oh, man. That thing is awful looking.
It is really, really bad. Like one of the worst, easily.
Yeah. As for best, I really think of the Star Wars Xbox 360, where you press the button and it makes the R2-D2 sounds. I always loved that
and it
kind of
looks
stuff.
like R2-D2 as well.
Yeah, and I think I had a C-3PO controller. Yeah, so that was really awesome. Also, the Modern Warfare one that you hit it and it makes the sound. I really love that.
Yeah, they had a Halo 3 one, or Halo 4 Xbox 360 Slim. One of my old roommates had one of those. I mean, it was pretty hideous looking, not gonna lie, but it made the what is that little robot's name? Is it 343? The robot? It made his sound every time you turned it on. Another one of the best, I think, is the PS4 20th anniversary one.
Oh yeah, where it looked like the original PS1. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
cool.
one was really cool. I forgot about that. The ones I really tend to think of are the Nintendo 64, like different color see-through ones. I'd really like to get one of those someday.
What
just
about
to say I have it.
The Pokemon one with the giant Pikachu sticking out of the top and the Pokeball to restart it?
Yeah, that one's actually pretty cool.
I think that thing is hideous.
It's very 90s.
So I think that PS4 has some of the coolest ones, but they also have some of the worst ones. Like the Star Wars Battlefront 1 one was pretty cool, but then the Star Wars Battlefront 2 one was fucking hideous. And then another one that sticks out is the Metal Gear Solid 5 one. It's like red and black and gold. It looks really, really cool. It's really simplistic, but it's really cool looking.
I also think of the Xbox One S Gears of War edition, where it's like all red and it's got the Gears symbol and it comes with the Gears controller, and then when you press it, it makes the different sounds as well.
Yeah, I think it makes the sound
really
of
awesome.
makes the sound of the saw on your gun, right, on the Lancer.
Yeah. And then it also makes like a dramatic sound, I think. I don't know. I'm not huge into Gears of War. I just think that one looks awesome.
Also, Nintendo is notorious for releasing like Legend of Zelda, like skins, like 3DSs, and they had a Wii U even. It's actually kind of surprising that they haven't done a Switch yet for Zelda.
Yeah, I think at some point. Well, really what they've been doing is like Joy-Cons that look like that, which is awesome as well. I bought my daughter a 3DS XL, it's a Majora's Mask one, where it's just all gold and it has Majora's Mask on the top. That one looks really awesome. I've always loved cool. That. And they also do the like NES controller DSs. Those look pretty cool as well. I mean, in my opinion, Nintendo and Xbox have the coolest ones.
Yeah, I think PlayStation has by far the worst ones, but the ones that they have that are cool, I think are really, really cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
Like the see-through blue one, like that's not. Everybody loves the see-through like old N64 controllers and consoles. It only makes sense that like somebody would do it, and like I don't understand why it took so long. You know what I mean? Like people love that stuff.
That's definitely a thing from the 90s that just really hasn't come back. If you think about like the Game Boy colors that were like see-through, I'd love to get one of those again. Like those are just very nostalgic feeling towards me. I got one more Xbox One for you. It's the Minecraft grass block.
Yeah, with the pig controller.
Yeah, I actually bought my daughter a pig controller, and there's also a creeper controller, but the grass block, and then underneath it, it's like all redstone. And it's just really cool. It lights up and everything. Yeah,
that is pretty. I mean, it makes sense for the Xbox, especially because, well, aside from the fact that Microsoft owns it, like it's just like a giant cube.
Yeah,
like it's all rectangular, so it's pretty easy just to make it look like part of the game, I guess.
Yeah, I love limited edition consoles.
I think they're really cool, but like there are crazy people out there. Like there was a guy, he died pretty recently, Xbox addict. He collected every Xbox like collectible thing ever, and like he had so much stuff, and he would just keep collecting them. It's like, man, I can't imagine how much money he spent on that stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot. This is a thing I actually forgot to put in the news thing. Today, they actually announced a white Xbox One X and also a white Elite controller, and there was something else I can't remember, but it was like
Turtle Beach. Yeah, they announced new Turtle Beach headsets.
That's it. Yeah, so white runs of the newer Xbox stuff, which is awesome. I mean, I love the newer designs of the consoles and controllers. Of course, at the beginning of this generation, they weren't great, but I definitely think they've turned it around.
Yeah, I mean, the one downside I think of that Elite controller is that you can't right now. Like, you can't find the black Elite controller like anywhere. Like, it's really hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that like they stopped doing that is people thought like, oh, they're making like a new like iteration of the Elite controller. Like, I don't understand why it took so long for them to be like, all right, we're doing a white Elite controller. It's literally exactly the same.
Yeah.
There's like no hardware difference. Everything is the same. It's just white. And like that, I mean, that would make me mad if I wanted a black one, right? And you can't find them anywhere and you have to buy this white one. Because that thing's going to be prone to like smudges and stuff. Because have you ever held an Elite controller?
Yeah, I have a black one.
Yeah, like the texture on top isn't the same as like a regular controller. It's kind of rubbery.
Mm-hmm.
And like it, like if my Elite controller right now was white, it would probably look disgusting. Not gonna lie, because like that rubber material just feels like it would catch so much stuff off my hands. But yeah, limited edition stuff is cool. Like controllers are cool too. I used to have a Titanfall Xbox One controller until it like started shitting out, and I was like, "Here, GameStop, this is your problem now." But yeah, limited edition stuff is cool, and like every once in a while there's like one that's like, wow, I can't believe that they did that. And I think that this PS4 Pro that I got is one of those ones, just because we hadn't seen it in so long, like a see-through one.
Yeah, for sure.
And actually PS4 has actually been doing a lot of see-through controllers lately, and Xbox just came out with one too, didn't they? Like a month ago.
It's see-through one?
Yeah. I forget. It's like gray though.
No.
Xbox One see-through controller.
I can only think of like the dusk colors for their controllers.
No. Here it's. Oh no, that's not it. I know that they came out with it. Oh, here it's called Xbox Wireless Controller Phantom Black Special Edition. Google that.
Okay.
But yeah, the top half of it's see-through and the bottom half is like grayish white. I don't think it looks cool. I wish the whole thing was see-through, but... And another cool one, Xbox controller, was the Sea of Thieves one. I thought that was a really cool looking controller.
Yeah, the Sea of Thieves one's cool. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that controller. I didn't know that it's actually see-through though.
Man, Xbox One actually has a lot of controllers on this website.
They do.
I am very surprised. There's so many on here. But yeah, that wraps up episode 41 of the Pixel Street Podcast. I'm Joel Campos. You can find me on Twitter at Campos63. As always, you can find our podcast on YouTube every week, our Facebook, which is Pixel Street Podcast. You can find the audio version on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, pretty much anywhere you can listen to a podcast except for Spotify. Email us at pixelstreetpodcast@gmail.com. Give us some topic of the show recommendations if you have any news you'd like us to touch on. We're definitely always looking for new stuff to talk about. John, where can we find you?
On Twitter, I am at RevXShadows. You can also find me on YouTube. My channel is just RevXShadows. I've recently been doing some news posts, which have been like my most popular videos, which is awesome. Besides that, you can visit that video game blog, where you can find mine, Joel's, and a bunch of other people from all across the world. Some really interesting video game discussions going on there. I recently just did a post predicting what else we can see coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate before it releases this December. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, yeah. Stay tuned for episode 42 next week.